Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnana Anjana Salakaya Chakkharunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Soyam Rupa Kadamaham Dadati Sopadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Juta Padakamalam श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवनं च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगणशिरहितां श्रीविशाखां हितं च जीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपदान् सगणललितां श्रीविशाखां हितं च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमस्तुते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी यशामानुषते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यः च पतितानां पावनेभ्यः वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमति भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे हरे. So today is very auspicious day. Today the disappearance day of His Grace, His Divine Grace, Avachanaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of International Society for Krishna Consciousness Movement. So today very auspicious day. Although it is a disappearance day, one may question. So what is about the auspicity? What is about that we are celebrating a disappearance day? It is not a day of happiness. Actually, this is a wrong phenomenon. The conception is right understanding is that this just like Krishna's appearance and disappearance is divine. Janma karma chame divyam. Similarly, the representative of Krishna's appearance and disappearance is also divine, transcendental. They do not come out of their karma, just like we take birth out of our karma. Karmena daivanetrana jantu upapadyate. But Krishna never comes down and never appears out of some karma. No, according to his free will. Similarly, the devotees, the pure devotees, the bona fide representative, the acharyas, they appears and disappears. Their appearance and disappearance is transcendental. Just like Krishna appears and disappears. Krishna also, when he disappears here, he appears somewhere else. Nitya Lila. Just like we have got time. We have got, supposing now 9:26. 9 o'clock is already past, but somewhere in the world 9 o'clock is there. So it is eternal. Similarly, the appearance and disappearance, the pastime of the Lord is transcendental. Same thing for the pure devotee applied to pure devotees, bona fide representative. They appear, they preach, they comes as a representative to execute a mission on behalf of Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. They disappear and appear somewhere else. Nitya. So therefore, their appearance and disappearance also transcendental. Just like Prabhupada used to give an example, the sunrise and sunset, both are beautiful. In this scenario, this disappearance is rather more important than appearance, because at the time of appearance, we never know the greatness of the acharyas, the great devotees. But at the time of disappearance, we know their glories, their unlimited glories. So disappearance is more, what I mean to say, important even than appearance. It is stated is that it's not a blanket statement. It is stated in very beautiful verses. Is stated in these beautiful verses that how the appearance disappearance. One should not misunderstood that. Oh, this is today is the disappearance or departed. Eh? He died and Prabhupada died today. No, there is a very nice verse here. Narada Mukha तज्जन्मतानि कर्माणि तदायुष तद्मनो वच निन्नाम्यन हि विश्वात्मा सेव्यते हरीश्वर. Beautiful verses. So he say that the misunderstanding that the Acharya died. No. The great sage Narada said, when a living entity engaged in the devotional service of the Supreme Personality Godhead, with the Supreme Controller, his birth, all his fruitive activities, his lifespan, his mind, his words are all factually perfect. In other words, they are very much transcendental. That has been substantiated in this verse by Srila Prabhupada, has given a purport of this verse, that how the devotees of the Lord, their birth also, their appearance also transcendental. One must understand the transcendental birth of the Lord and the devotee. The purpose of the Lord taking birth is to establish devotional service, which is the perfect system of religion. And the purpose of the birth of a devotee is to broadcast the same system of religion, of the bhakti cult, or about the word. Prithu Maharaj was an incarnation of the power of the Lord to spread the bhakti cult. So this is the thing. Therefore, one should not think that the appearance of the Lord and his devotee is ordinary. So here Prabhupada says that this same thing, like Krishna appears to establish the dharma sansthapanartha, establish the devotional service. Dharma means engage in the devotional service of the Lord. Sarva dharman parityaga. So, and the pure devotee, the bona fide representative, the Acharya, they also appears to broadcast, to propagate that dharma on behalf of Krishna. They are doing the Krishna business. Therefore, Krishna is very pleased with them. Very much pleased. Krishna say, I am very pleased. Na manusyanam sahartasu. Na kassin, what is that? Krishna say in Bhagavad Gita, that two verses he very nicely say, that nacha tasman manusyasu kassin me priya kirtama. Krishna say that, so they are who preaching this Bhagavad Gita, who is preaching the Bhagavad Gita, or establishing the dharma, preaching this Krishna consciousness, they are very much dear to me. Nobody is more dear to them, dear to me than anyone. So their position is very exalted. Exalted. So today is the disappearance day of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada, it is very presumptuous to speak the unlimited glories of Acharya. This is beyond our capacity. But still, we must glorify our spiritual master. Whatever we learned, that is our duty. Whatever we have experienced, we have learned from him, we should. So Srila Prabhupada, one of the reporters say, I will die. When we die, what will happen? Krishna say, Prabhupada say, I will never die. I will live with my books and he will take the advantages. That means that this devotional Acharya, the great devotee, they are not die. They are not ordinary living being. They die and birth. Bhakti Vinod Thakur say that they tells reason. Bhakti Vinod Thakur very nicely say that what is that he tell? That he is reason that who tells Vaishnava die. Vaishnava die to live. Their art of living is still in sound. He say that very nice statement by Bhakti Vinod Thakur. He told that he tells lie who he reasons ills who tells the Vaishnava die. Though when thou art living still in sound. Vaishnava die to live, living try to spread the holy name of the Lord. That means true devotee, the pure devotee does not truly die in the material sense. Instead, they live in their instruction. They are not physical. You do not take this spiritual master Acharya as just like a ordinary living being, ordinary man. He lives with his instruction. Therefore, Prabhupada say that I will never die, I will live with my books. That means I will live with my instruction and he will utilize it. That is confirmed by Krishna himself to Uddhava. Krishna says to Uddhava that the position of Acharya, they are not ordinary human beings, they die, they live. No. Acharya mam vijaniyam. Acharya is not different from me. Naiva manyate karchit na murtya buddhaya shyote sarvadeva maya guru. So Krishna himself declared very categorically to Uddhava, one should know the Acharya as myself and never disrespect him in any way. One should not envy him, thinking him as an ordinary man, for he is the representative of all demigods. The Acharya position is very high. Sakyat Hari Tena Samasta Sastre, as good as Hari. Rather, Krishna said one of the verses, Madhva Bhakta Pujyadika. My devotees should be worshipped prior to me. My devotees are higher and prior, just like he was holding Govardhan. Krishna is the shelter of everybody. Asrita Asraya Vigraha. Everybody shelter, Krishna is the shelter of everybody. But Krishna himself is showing that I am under the shelter of my devotee, Govardhan. Similarly, Krishna gives all credit to his devotees who engage in preaching or broadcasting the Krishna consciousness. Why it is so? Because why the acharyas? Why you should? There's a very nice question after. Why we are observing this appearance, disappearance? Why they are so important? That is very, very important to understand that. Why we need to approach a servant of the devotees? Why the acharya necessary of acharya of Bhaya media? Because we cannot, first of all, we cannot approach Krishna directly. Neither we can understand Krishna. Neither we can get out from this entanglement. At present state, we are engaged in this material body, forgetting of Krishna. Material conception or material word means forgetfulness of the Krishna. We have forgot our relationship with Krishna. And we cannot know ourselves, what is our relationship, what is my duty, how to get out from this. No. It is not possible. Therefore, Krishna appears in two ways. It is stated in this very nice verses that in Madhya, it is stated that Sadhu Shastra Krupaya Jadi Krishna Mukho Hoye Sei Jiva Nistare Maya Tahare Chadiya. If the conditioned soul become Krishna consciousness by the mercy of saintly person who voluntarily preach scriptural injunction, help him to become Krishna consciousness. Conditioned soul is liberated from the clutches of Maya, who gives him up. Why? Therefore, we approach the servant of the Krishna. We approach acharyas. Because acharyas knows the process, how we can the conditioned soul can get out from the clutches of Maya. Now, at material life, or material life means we are under the clutches of Maya. Just like a criminal. Criminal means he is under the criminal law. Under the stringent law of jail, prison house. Similarly, conditioned soul means we are under the clutches of Maya. And our purpose of life to liberate, but we do not know our purpose of life. We are under the spell of Maya. We are thinking that this is a permanent house. Building skyscraper building having a car, bank balance, this is all permanent. This is our purpose of life, and we want to stay permanently. But the consequence is very drastic, the repercussion is very grave, grievous, piteous. We will be kicked out. It's a matter of time. So we do not know. We are ignorance. We are oblivion to all these things. What is the purpose of life? Why we are entangled? What is this world? Why we are entangled in this world? We have no idea how to get out, and we cannot do ourselves. The next verse say that we cannot release ourselves. Daiva isa guna mai mama maya duratai. It's very difficult, insurmountable. This Maya, the clutches of Maya is very insurmountable. We cannot get out from this unless we surrender. How to surrender to Krishna? We have to approach a sadhu, guru. Otherwise we cannot. Maya mugdha jivera nai sortha Krishna gana jivera kurpa kaila Krishna Veda Purana. The conditioned soul cannot revive his Krishna consciousness by his own effort. We cannot ourselves, just like we are bound, we cannot release ourselves. We need somebody else, somebody who is already liberated, who is not bound. He can do that. Therefore, by out of causeless mercy, Krishna compiled all the Vedic literature, supplement, Purana, to give us the information. Give us information. Therefore, Prabhupada said that I live with my books, because these books, this instruction, this knowledge, very, very important. That will help us to get out from this clutches of Maya. In the next verse, Krishna also speaking that Shastra Guna Atma Rupe Apanara Janana Krishna Moro Prabhu Tara Jivero Hoy Jnana. How to get this knowledge? The forgetful conditioned soul is educated by Krishna through Vedic literature, realized spiritual master the Super Soul. He can understand Supreme Personality of Godhead as he is. He can understand that Lord Krishna is his eternal master, deliverer from clutches of Maya. In this way, one can acquire real knowledge of his conditioned soul, can come to the understand how to attain liberation. Krishna himself says this important of the Guru, important of the Acharyas, because they impart the knowledge of Scripture. They impart the knowledge of Scripture. Scriptural knowledge cannot be understood if you buy a book, just like you want to become a doctor, you can just go to office, any shop, and buy a medical books. You cannot become. You need to go to college, hear from professor, then become a medical graduate. Similarly, we have to approach a spiritual master. Therefore, Acharya position is very, very important. We cannot be educated ourselves. No, there is no way that we can educate ourselves by buying the books. We have to approach a spiritual master, then learn from, acquire real knowledge from him. That is the whole idea. So it is stated in this verse that there is beautiful verses in this regard. We say that in Bhagavatam is there that in these beautiful verses you say that that Lord, just like Lord appears in two ways. He appears as the Acharya outside and inside as a super soul, to guide the conditioned soul to go back to God. Therefore, the position of Acharya is very, very important. Because we cannot directly approach Krishna. Krishna himself says that those who claims to be my devotee, he is not my devotee. But devotee of my devotee is actually my devotee. Therefore, Krishna himself, Bhagavad Gita say, tadvidi pranipatena paripresena seva upadekyanti jnanam ganinam tattvadarshina. We have to approach a spiritual master. Without approaching a spiritual master, one cannot get out from the clutches of Maya. Therefore, the Acharya position is very, very important. They are very exalted position. Without them, there is no question of getting approaching Krishna. By demigod worship, one cannot approach Krishna, because to obtain the Krishna prem or Krishna is very, very important. That is the purpose of life. It is stated here that that three things is very important. Krishna says, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Vedic literature give information about the living entity, eternal relationship with Krishna, which is called Sambandha. Living entity understanding of this relationship and is acting accordingly is called Avidya. Returning home back to God is the ultimate goal of life, is called Prayojana. And all these things to understand, we need to approach a acharyas. Therefore, it is said that we cannot buy a books and read ourselves and go back to know. It is stated in these beautiful verses that Mahajana Jana Gatasa Pantha. So here it is said that Tarko Patishta Sutya Vivinna Naso Rusi Jasamatam Navinnam Dharmasya Tattvam Nitam Guhyam Mahajana Jana Gatasa. The secret is there in the heart of the Mahajana, the great acharyas. So we have to approach them. We have to follow the process advocated by these acharyas in order to get our life successful and make our life successful, make our life perfect. That means go back to Godhead. Therefore, the acharyas are very, very important. And acharyas are why important? This another thing is that acharya are very compassionate, paropakara, very, very compassionate to the conditioned soul. Janasya Krishnad vimukasya daibad adharmasillasya suddhikitasya anugrahaya charitam nannam bhutani bhavyani janardanasya. The beautiful verses, Vidura. Oh my Lord, great philanthropic soul, travel on the earth on behalf of Supreme Personality of Godhead, to show the compassion to the fallen soul who are averse to the sense of subordinates to the Lord. At present conditioning stage, we have defied the authority of the God. Therefore, we are averse to the sense of subordination to the Lord. I do not want to submit. I do not want to surrender. Krishna saying, surrender, Baba. Sarvadharman Parityaj, surrender, I will take back. No, I do not want. We are so adamant. Very obstinate, dog's obstinacy. Like a dog's tail cannot be straight. Similarly, our obstinacy is very adamant. We have no mood to reconcile, no mood to follow the instruction of the Lord. Lord is coming, canvassing us, convincing us. Sarvadharman Parityaja Mame Ekam Saranam Vaja. You come back to me, surrender unto me. We are so adamant. So we are so much averse to the subordinating to the Lord, surrendering to the Lord. At this very precarious situation, this great soul, get philanthropic soul. The acharyas are very philanthropic, paropakar. Vaishnava, the great quality of Vaishnava, the ornament of Vaishnava is paropakar. They are always concerned about others. They are not concerned about themselves. They have nothing. They are happy. Nishram punyam sukhayate. They are very happy under all circumstances. But they are very much concerned about the others. They are very concerned about the acharyas also. Sorry, Krishna also. Because Krishna is always anxious to take us back. More than we are anxious. To release or relieve this anxious of Krishna also they work for it. Therefore they do the business of Krishna. My Lord, don't worry. Haridas Thakur say, my Lord, don't to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, don't worry. Don't worry. The conditioned soul is not interested. Do not worry. By your name, everybody will go back to God. So they are solacing the Lord. They are trying to relieve the burden of relieve the anxiety of the Lord. That is real devotional service. Real service to the Supreme Lord means we should act on behalf of Him. His main concern is Jada Jada Dharmasya Glanir. Jada Jada. Wherever whenever there is a decline in religious practice. He is more anxious. Oh, there is so much chaos. People are not interested. People are Krishna, not averse to Krishna consciousness. People are suffering. As a result, they will be suffering. They are suffering. They will be suffering. Excruciatingly painful life, undergoing the obnoxious misery of birth and death, repeated birth and death. So he is conscious. Therefore, he says, Jada Jadahi. I come down because when I see that people are so much become nonsense, non-Krishna consciousness. Asmin. In another Bhagavatam Brutta, Sanatana Goswami is quoted, Asmin. I'm pained. I'm very pained. Krishna is speaking. I'm very painful for me, seeing that conditioned soul is suffering. Lord is like an affectionate father. He's more concerned about, more anxious, more painful. He's more pain, undergoing pain than us. Therefore, devotees come in order to relieve the pain of the Lord and pain of the living entities also. Therefore, they are very great. They are doing the business of Krishna to reclaim the conditioned soul. Whole idea of the Krishna's business is reclaim the conditioned soul. Therefore, he personally comes, he sends his representative. He sends his representative. He comes himself also. Therefore, this great acharyas are very exalted. Srila Prabhupada, see how Srila Prabhupada, he did not go to America at the age of 69 for a sightseeing. I will see New York, I will see Los Angeles, I will see Las Vegas. No. He went in a freighter, his passage in a cargo ship for 35 days in the seasickness, undergoing 2 heart attacks. What for? He took risk on behalf of Lord to show the mercy to the fallen soul, to reclaim the conditioned soul. That is their greatness. They do not see for the sightseeing. They are undergoing so much tribulations just for the sake of us. So much sleepless night he is writing books, so that in future, even after Prabhupada says, I will die, I will never die, I will live with my books and you will utilize. Because that book is full of knowledge, as Krishna say, that Krishna has compiled these books to release us from the Maya. And we won't understand Prabhupada, make it very simplified and in a language universally accepted, English language. So that we can understand easily. Because Kali Yuga, our retention power, our knowledge is diminished pathetically, drastically. We cannot understand. Just like I am wearing spec. If I take out the spec, I cannot read my things. So they are like spectacles. If I do not wear spectacles, I cannot see many things. And Acharya is like spectacles. We can see through the spectacles. We can see the world through the scriptures, through the acharyas. Shastra Chakkusa means Acharya Chakkusa. We cannot ourselves imbibe, assimilate the Shastra. No. Mahajana Jaina Gata Sapanta. Shastra, there are so many Shastras. Tarka Patista Sutaya Vivinna. Na Saurusi. There are so many philosophies, so many philosophers, so many opinions. How to ascertain which is the main real things? Dharmasya sattva nitam guyam mahajana jena gata sapanta. Shastra Chakkusa means Acharya Chakkusa. Through the Acharya's instruction, we should see through the Acharya instruction. Acharya like spectacles. They are by a medium. Therefore, Prabhupada's contribution is very unparalleled contribution. Unparalleled contribution. if he know that just like a child is reluctant to take medicine, but when he knows that my mother sold jewelry to get the medicine, purchase the medicine, his reluctance become a gratitude. We should have that mood, that understanding. We should acknowledge the sacrifice of great philanthropic soul. They travel on earth on behalf of Supreme Personality of Godhead to show compassion to the fallen soul. Then our reluctance become gratitude, and we will take it seriously. No, Prabhupada has done so much for us. He has written so much books for us. He is undergoing so much trials, troubles, tribulations, sacrifice for us. Why not? Why not take it? Why not take it seriously? Krishna said, Prabhupada said, I live with my books. That means his books are important. When you associate with his books, we are associated with Srila Prabhupada. We will never lose Srila Prabhupada. We will never say Srila Prabhupada died, because we are always in touch with Srila Prabhupada, through his instruction, through his books. Only person who are not in touch with his books, his instruction, they may say, for them is Prabhupada died and gone. Therefore, Prabhupada said, I will never die, I will live with my books. And he will utilize it. That is their unparalleled contributions. The same thing has been spoken by the Nanda Maharaj to Gargamuni. Beautiful verses. Mahad vichalam ninnam grihinam dina chetasam nihisrayasya nihisrayasaya bhagavan kalpate nanyatha kasyit. Oh my Lord, oh great devotee, person like you move from one place to another, not for their own interest, for the sake of poor-hearted grihastas, householder. Otherwise, they have no interest in going from one place to another place. The Prabhupada writing very nice. The Krishna descends to the material world, protect the devotee, vanquish the miscreant. This is the mission of Supreme Personality of Godhead, and devotee also have the same mission. We execute this mission, Paropakara, performing welfare activities for people in general, is recognized by Krishna. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is very, very dear to him. Nacha tasman manusya sukassin me kriya priya katama. Similarly, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has advised this Paropakara. He has especially advised the inhabitant of India. भारत भूमि ते होइल मनुष्य जन्म जार जन्म सार्थक करी करो उपकार. So beautifully Prabhupada written. So here Prabhupada also made the same thing. Prabhupada said 1977 when he was going to pass away. So many of the devotees came to him, Prabhupada, you are disappearing, you are going to pass away, what we will do? They are very much sad. Prabhupada, nothing to be lament. Why you are lamenting? Kirti jasya sajivati. Those who have done service to the Lord, he lives eternally. The body is anyway going to die. So there is nothing to be lament here. Kirti jasya sajivati. Those who have done service, he lives eternally with Krishna. Here also same thing. The devotee was paropakar, always thinking of the welfare activities of the Lord. He is very dear to Krishna. He lives eternally with Krishna. There is no question of death for him. No question of death. This is the Prabhupada statement, 1977. Last statement. Kirti jasya sajivati. Try to understand the acharyas. Why we are celebrating this appearance day. What is the importance of this acharyas? Without acharya, we cannot do anything. Therefore, Krishna is very much pleased with them. There is a beautiful verses in this regard. that he say that, my dear king Yudhishthir, the Brahmanas, especially Narad Muni spoke to this Maharaj, especially those engaged in preaching the glories of the Lord throughout the entire world, are recognized and worshipped by Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the heart and soul of all creation. The Brahmanas, by their preaching, sanctify the three worlds with the dust of their lotus feet. Thus they are worshipable even for Krishna. This is the position Madhavakta Pujyadhika. In another time, another place, he told that I want to sanctify the very nice verses. Forget. Yes. I am to sanctified by the dust of the lotus feet from this Acharya. Sanctify the world. Nirapeksham santam nirvairam samadarsanam anubhajanyaham nityam puyatye angri renubhi. Krishna declared to Uddhava, with the dust of my devotees' lotus feet, I desire to purify the material world which are situated within me. Thus, I always follow the footsteps of my pure devotee, who are free from all personal desire, wrapped in thought of my pastime, peaceful, without any feeling of enmity, and equal disposition everywhere. Acharyas are samadasya, equal disposition, and they are always concerned, paropakar. So Krishna say that this is my desire, that with the dust of my devotees' lotus feet, I desire to purify the material world. This is the position, exalted, towering position of the Acharyas. Krishna has spoken. They are always paropakari. Therefore, Krishna likes them. Just like Prahlad Maharaj, when he was invited to go back to Vaikuntha, he told, no, I do not want to go. I do not want to go alone. He told, I do not want to go alone. I want to go with all these preconditioned souls. He told that Naivadijya Paradurataya Vaitaranyas Tadavirya Gayana Mahamrita Magnachita Soche Tata Vimukha Chetasa. I'm lamenting, I'm thinking, I'm concerned about Vimukha Chetasa, those who are turning away from the Lord. Indriyartha Maya Sukhaya Bharam Udbhata Vimudhan. O best of great personality, I am not at all afraid of material existence, for wherever I stay, I am fully absorbed in thought of your glories and activities. My concern is only for the fools and rascals who are making elaborate plans for material happiness, maintaining their family, society, and country. I am simply concerned with love for them. That is the mood of devotees, mood and mission of devotee, mood, mission, and modality of a devotee, pure devotee. Therefore, Acharyas, because everybody making a big plan. Prabhupada's purport is also very nice. Everybody is making a big plan, but they do not know this is Dukkhalayam Saswatam. This place is called temporary and miserable. So Acharyas, they Amajnanatimirandasa, they give, with the torchlight of knowledge, they open our eyes. That means they dissipate our ignorance. Tamasima Jyotirgama, don't remain in darkness, come to light. Don't remain in cycle of birth and death, come to the light, come to the spiritual world. Come to the knowledge how to get out from this tamasima, this darkness, material world called darkness world. Therefore, acharyas are very important in our life. They are paramount important. They are paramount. They are paramount. They are always engaged in this welfare activities. The self-effulgent Vaikuntha planet, by whose illumination alone all illuminating plan within the material world give up reflected light, cannot be reached by those who are not merciful to other living entities. We cannot entrance. The entrance to Vaikuntha is we have to be merciful to living entity. Only person who constantly engage in welfare activity for other living entity can reach the Vaikuntha planet. Don't think that we can easily go back to Vaikuntha planet. No. Only person who merciful. Without that, one cannot. Therefore, we need acharyas. We have needed the help of acharyas. Therefore, Krishna say that I come himself. The position of acharya is so such that he told that oh my Lord, the transcendental poet expert in spiritual science could not fully express their indebtedness to you, even if they were endowed with prolonged lifetime of Brahma. You appear in two features, externally as the acharya, internally as the super soul, to deliver the embodied living being by directing him how to come to you. That is the acharya. Directed him. He comes as externally acharya to direct the embodied soul or conditioned soul, embodied living being, how to come to you. Therefore, the position of the acharya. One of the Upanishads or Purana, it is stated that just like a person having what you say, a head is born in fire, he will be running to the water. Similarly, a conditioned soul who is in the blazing of the burning in the blazing of the fire of material existence must run or rush to the spiritual master, must approach that jnana ratam sa evam vivagache eva vigache. You must, there is not an option, you must approach spiritual master. Therefore we sing sansara dava nalanido loko tranaya karunya ghana ghanata. Sansara dava, fire of material, blazing fire of material existence. You want to get out, you want to relieve, you have to approach. Praptasya kalyana ghana. He is like a mercy of cloud rain. Because when a forest fire, it cannot be extinguished by our fire brigader, no, or by no putting some bucket of water. No, we need this rain, torrential rainfall. So the rain, the mercy of rain, the acharya, the carrier of the mercy of the rain. Jasya prasada bhagavat prasada, is carrier of the mercy from the Supreme Lord. They are the conduit, the carrier to extinguish our material existence, blazing fire of material existence. Therefore, the acharyas are very much, what you say, glorified. They are exalted. They are very much exalted. So, therefore, we should understand that how Srila Prabhupada practically demonstrated that how he is so much concerned for the conditioned soul, undergoing so much trial, tribulations. He went to America. Then in that America also struggled a lot to establish Krishna consciousness movement. Practically penniless, practically alone. In the headquarters of Maya, New York, America. Because America is the leader of the nation. Everybody follows. So how he demonstrated. So therefore we should always feel the gratitudes that how much he has done for us. He has arranged for us. He is prepared for us. We should take the advantages. As he told that, I will never die. I will live in my books and he will take advantage. We should take advantages in his books. He is present in his books. One can associate with spiritual master by the physically or with his instruction. Bapu and Bani. But Bani is important instruction. Bapu may not be there always available. That opportunity, that privilege. But Bani is always there. Therefore, thou art of living still in sound, because sound, we get these books, the sound instruction, hearing is instruction. Therefore thou art of living still in sound. How still in sound? Through his instruction, through his books. So we should read. If you do not read, then Prabhupada say that is pathetic. That pathetic. His main thing is that we should read our books, make our life perfect. Paro paro apani achari Prabhu karilo prachar. First of all, you make our life perfect by reading his books, practicing it, and also help others. That is things. So he told very nicely that this verse, that all my devotees, all my disciples, we are claiming to be disciple without even reading his books. What kind of disciple we are? Huh? Prabhupada said all devotee connected with Krishna consciousness movement must read all the books that have been translated. Chaitanya Chaitamrita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, others. Otherwise, after some time, they will simply eat, sleep, and fall down from their position. They will miss the opportunity to attain an eternal, blissful life of transcendental pleasure. So therefore, we must take the advantages of reading his book. Make our first of all, we prepare ourselves. We are not rich. How can I give others to charity? Charity begins at home, begins from ourselves. First of all, we should help ourselves. We should preach ourselves. We should be a proper position, qualified to preach others. So we should first of all read all the books. Then you should do the paropakara. As Krishna say, Prabhupada say, one should concerned about others. Preach this Krishna concept. Jare dekha tare kaha Krishna upadesh. Prabhupada say that Jare dekha tare kaha. This is the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Jare dekha tare kaha Krishna upadesh. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu amara ajnane gunu hanatara idesa jare dekha. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu say that. So simply repeat it. That's all. You become. Whole idea of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So preaching is our life. The more we preach, more we are successful. This Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's preaching. More we preach, more we become successful. This Prabhupada say that preaching is our family business. We are family. Rupanuga. Then there is a proof. Shastra is there, Sadhu is there, Acharya is there, other authority are there. Just like Arjuna said, the quoted Vyas, and all of them have accepted you, Supreme Personality of Godhead. So instruct everyone to follow the order of Lord Krishna as they are given in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. In this way, become spiritual master. Try to liberate everyone in this life. So this is the thing. So this is the instruction of Srila Prabhupada. Kirti jasasya jivati. Those who have done service to the Lord. Service to the Lord means the highest service to the Lord is to make our life successful. Janma sartharka kari karo puropakara. Also make others to become perfect. First of all, we make our life perfect by reading all the books of Prabhupada, following instruction. Then we make others, help others to elevate their Krishna consciousness. That is the topmost instruction, instruction of Srila Prabhupada. So we should remember on this day his sacrifice, his instruction, and we should be more serious, more concentrated in our spiritual life. Thank you very much. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada Tiro Baba Mamochav ki Jai, Jai Srila Transcendental Disciple Day of the Divine Teachers Bhakti Vedanta Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Jai Gaura Hari Hari Bo.